So we have another blood sacrifice. We got breaking news. Hulk Hogan just passed away. The news is making its rounds, is surfacing. Today, July 24th, 2025, at the age of 71. According to various news sources, there was sudden cardiac arrest at his home in Clearwater, Florida. And despite the rapid response from emergency personnel, he could not be revived. It was a blood sacrifice. If you go back to my video just a couple of days ago, right after Ozzy Osbourne died, I told you that another celebrity death was coming. I'm going to play the video because I let the people know ahead of time that there would be another celebrity that was going to pass away. And it happened to be one of America's most beloved professional wrestlers. And his death was first reported by TMZ Sports, which noted that the medics were dispatched to his residence early Thursday morning, today, for a cardiac arrest. Well, that was yesterday morning, pardon me. And later confirmed by outlets such as Newsweek. So, as I stated a couple of days ago, that the deaths always come in threes. They always come in threes. And this one is no different. Now, of course, we got the live news coverage. It's breaking right now as we speak. And look, Malcolm Jamal Warner was a blood sacrifice. Ozzy Osbourne was a blood sacrifice, and so is Hulk Hogan. And here's the news here, and we're going to break this down. Of course, you know what we do on this platform. We find any discrepancies that the news media may be telling us. We unveil the truth, and we bring it to the forefront. Now, none of these celebrity deaths sit right with me, and especially Malcolm Jamal Warner's, him being the first one to allegedly die in a freak accident where they claim that there was lifeguards and first responders who were unable to save Malcolm, but they never actually interviewed any of these lifeguards. The story flip-flop a few times. At first, it said that he went on a swim by himself early morning before the sun came up. Then they switched the whole narrative, switched the whole story, and claimed that there were lifeguards present, but the current was so strong they couldn't save them. Anyway, that could be to avoid lawsuits and so forth. But nonetheless, Malcolm Jamal Warner was taken out after having an illustrious career and being a person who was bringing a lot of truth to his people, informing our people on Black history and so forth. And then Ozzy Osbourne, he entered the belly of hell. Ozzy Osbourne went to hell to meet the real Prince of Darkness. And now we have Hulk Hogan, one of America's most beloved professional wrestlers. Hulk Hogan repped America very hard, right? He repped America, always with the American flag. And Hulk Hogan's death is Very telling because it's symbolic to the death of Babylon. Hulk Hogan's death is symbolic to the fall of Babylon. What they gave you with Malcolm Jamal Warner, a very positive brother, a beacon of light in the industry, and that's what he'll be remembered for. They gave you the light. Then they went ahead and gave you the dark, the yin and the yang, both sides of the coin. They gave you the dark with Ozzy Osbourne, Black Sabbath singer, who bit the head off of bats. They gave you both sides. And then they turned around and they gave you America's most beloved wrestler, right? So there's a script, there's a storyline, and there's blood sacrifices and rituals that are being performed within the industry. And it should be very apparent at this point, right? Let's go.
About his declining health in recent weeks. He was born Terry Jean Bollea in Augusta, Georgia. And again, it's really hard to put to words what he meant to sports, to celebrity, his signature blonde hair, his ripping of his shirt before a match. Truly one of the legends of the sports world and of the wrestling world. And we'll wait to hear more confirmation. But right now, again, TMZ reporting that Hulk Hogan has passed away at the age of 71.
Jeff Paul, thank you for.
Now, some would say that, people like, Ozzy Osbourne and Hulk Hogan, they were considered elders, right? Let me see. They were considered elders, and people would say, well, maybe it's just a coincidence that they all died days apart. No, ladies and gentlemen, there's no such thing as coincidences. Now, we know that Ozzy Osbourne, he dealt with Parkinson's for a number of years, but nonetheless, he didn't die of Parkinson's. He died of a staph infection, and it's probably because if you watch the Ozzy Osbourne show, they had all of them damn nasty ass dogs running around the house, defecating everywhere, and they were just living like savages in that show. So that's probably where the damn staph infection came from, if we looking at it from that angle, right? Or there's no coincidences, or there's some gematria going on. And I told you all that there was another celebrity death coming. I mean, I told y'all. I hate to say that I told you so on something like this, but unfortunately, I was correct. And we're going to go to the proof that I told y'all there was another celebrity death coming, a big one. And Hulk Hogan, he has millions of fans, millions. Anyway, let's go.
For getting us at least a little bit more information about this, not just a wrestling legend, but also in entertainment. And even as of late, politics. Let's bring in Lauren Conlon now, entertainment reporter. And
yeah, he was rallying for Trump heavy.
We were watching a Trump rally from last election season, and also he was at the convention as well. I mean, he was so beloved. Lauren, you're with me now. In the entertainment world, though, this is an earthquake.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I mean, Harris, I do not know what is happening this week. We are losing so many wonderful people. And one of Hulk Hogan's last tweets in the last few months was, quote, "Every day I'm reminded that God is good. Always thankful, H8."
Y'all want to know what's happening this week? It's a high ritualistic week for the elite. Now I'm going to break that stuff down to y'all, what's happening, right? And I'm going to give y'all a few caveats, a little something about the numerology that's going on right now, the 201 ritual that happened with Malcolm Jamal Warner, when it comes to the number, the gematria and numerology that added up to his death, transitioning to Ozzy Osbourne, transitioning to, Hulk Hogan. It's always the number threes. It's always 3s and 6s when you do all the math. So the mark of the beast is written all over this. The industry is very foul, man. They have to cipher energy. People don't just walk away from the industry after taking the oaths. I'm not saying that Malcolm necessarily took the oaths, but he was a teenage star, so it could have been his parents. Respectfully, respectfully. But that's how the industry works. You don't get longevity, you don't get an illustrious career in Hollywood unless you really can, and I'm talking about mainstream Hollywood, right? Unless there's some type of oath taken from someone. Now, there are actors that can kind of get through and be able to maneuver. That's a fact. There are certain actors that know how to maneuver. It is what it is. But when you have a long, illustrious career, the sacrifice always had to be made. Anyway, let's go.
And, I grew up watching wrestling. I grew up watching him on his reality show, Hogan Knows Best. I mean, he is inarguably one of the most important and influential figures in the history of professional wrestling. I think there was this big legendary main event against Andre the Giant in WrestleMania, and it was the biggest crowd they ever had. There was almost 100,000 fans at the Pontiac Silverdome. I mean, he was so popular. This was an event that was talked about for years to come. He was also a devoted father. I know that he and his wife, they split, they had their issues, but he was an avid Trump supporter, very vocal, unapologetic, and
Yes.
again, he is going to be missed by so many.
So many today. I remember standing on the floor of the RNC convention last year.
Now, Hulk Hogan seemed to be in great shape for a man that was 71 years old. I'm gonna tell you this right now: the powers that be, they got mechanisms that they can hit you from a distance, and they can give you a heart attack. And I know that some people, they saying, "Well, Breed, that's a little bit sci-fi. Like, what you talking about, bruh?" No, they got actual weaponry that they can send sonic waves to an individual, and they can actually give you a heart attack from long distance. From long distance. All to fulfill the ritual. All to make sure everything falls in line. Somebody says I'm reaching. Hey, you can believe what you want to believe, but I guess I'm reaching when I told y'all that it'll be 3 celebrity deaths in a row. I guess I was reaching then. See, eventually, you brothers and sisters gonna understand I'm not just talking. And I'm gonna go to the proof that I told you another big celebrity death was coming. Told y'all this 2 days ago. It might have been 3 days ago. They might have done it. I got to do my research on this, but I'm thinking Malcolm Jamal Warner passed. 3 days later, Ozzy Osbourne passed. And then 3 days after that, you got Hulk Hogan. Do y'all really believe that's a coincidence? Why is the mortality rate so high in Hollywood?
And people were shouting,
They even trying to freeze my chat at 369. So y'all get the likes up. They trying to work their damn numerology on the live stream. Let's go.
everyone's friend. Like he remembered people's names in the audience. I mean, it was really, really remarkable, the connection that every age group had with Hulk Hogan.
Somebody said nice paintings in the background. Thank you. That's my wife's paintings. You know, she's an artist.
Hogan, your last quick thought.
Yeah, no, you are exactly right. I mean, he was a television dad to me as well. He was not just a wrestler. And so watching him with his children, it was just so wonderful. And my heart goes out to them. I will be praying for his family.
Lauren, thank you.
Now, I want to go back. We're going to get more live coverage on Hulk Hogan for sure. But I just want to go back just a couple of days ago, just so I can show you what I said just a couple of days ago while I was in the mall. And I want to react to what I said, and then we're going to go back to the live coverage because, you know, not only that, I'm going to be bringing y'all some insight on what really is taking place in Hollywood. You know, I'm not just throwing out erroneous statements about these blood sacrifices, and I'm gonna get a little bit more into the details, right? So this is right after Ozzy Osbourne passed. I went live. I was at the mall. Um, but I said some key things here, and I just want to show you that.
Say pause on the location. There ain't nobody. And neither do I believe that Ozzy Osbourne's was a freak accident. Or pardon.
Papa se está poniendo.
I just want y'all to hear me. I'm going to confirm that I said. And we're going to look at his last post. We're going to look at all of that with Hogan.
Tell us what's important and we'll provide a curated.
It's come in threes, don't they?
They come in threes, don't they? Now I said they come in threes, don't they? They come in threes, don't they? Now listen to what I said.
Yeah, we're back. We got Ozzy Osbourne, who have been battling Parkinson's for a number of years. But they saying that he died of some type of staph infection. At least that's what the news is saying. And that's just 3 days after Malcolm Jamal Warner.
That's 3 days after Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Ozzy Osbourne was 76 years old. And it always comes in threes, so somebody else will more than likely drop who's a known celebrity.
Do y'all hear that? It comes in threes. Someone else who's a known celebrity will drop. See, ladies and gentlemen, it's not hard to see what's taking place when you are enlightened and you can see. But they call us crazy. They say there's something wrong with us for being able to see. They call us conspiracy theorists. No, we can see the patterns. Listen.
Ozzy Osbourne was 76 years old. And it always comes in threes, so somebody else will more than likely drop who's a known celebrity this month. June all the way up to, let's say July, all the way down to the Halloween season, October. You're gonna see these celebrities dropping off.
See, what you're gonna see, what they're doing right now is fulfilling a Beltane ritual. You're gonna see, I told y'all that y'all were gonna see another one come. That's 3, but they're gonna wait all the way until about October. Then you may see another one. You might see another celebrity death around October, or you may see multiple in October. See, these people do the same thing every year. And when you're a person who has open eyes, when you can see, you can't unsee it. These are rituals that's being conducted. I just wanted to confirm that. Y'all heard it. Now, let's go back to Hulk Hogan. Dead at 71 for cardiac arrest. Let's go to Hulk Hogan's last interview, last statements, last words, because you can learn a lot by that, right? You can learn a lot by that. Man, I tell you, you can't make this stuff up, folks. You really can't make it up. Right now, the algorithm is being overwhelmed with Hulk Hogan information. All right, but hold on, let's go here. I think we should continue on the news, but I'm gonna get his last words very soon. Yeah, it's a lot. It's because it's new developments as I'm speaking. Let's go.
Good afternoon. We do have some breaking news we want to bring you. Wrestling legend Hulk Hogan has passed away.
First responders answering an emergency call at his Clearwater, Florida home. Caroline Coles joins us in the newsroom with more details. Caroline.
Yeah, we're just learning. TMZ is reporting that medics were dispatched to his Clearwater home earlier this morning, right after getting a call that the WWE legend was suffering from cardiac arrest. The publication also saying that the icon was put onto a stretcher and put into an ambulance. Keep in mind, it was just a few weeks ago that his wife, Sky, denied rumors that he was in a coma, saying his heart was strong after undergoing multiple surgeries.
See, they was setting it up. There was rumors already surfacing on social media that Hulk Hogan was having complications, but the wife said he's doing fine. Right? Now, yes, Hogan has had multiple surgeries on his heart. That is very true. I remember watching what is that show that comes on where it's called it's for Men's Health. It's on Men's Health YouTube channel. And I like to watch that channel. And Hulk Hogan is where a lot of celebrities go show their diet. They go into their refrigerator, show their workout regimen. And he said basically he's been healthy for the last decade, that he put away a lot of drinking. He started eating right and all of these things. I seen that on the Men's Health channel. So the wife said he was doing good, but the media were already trying to plant seeds. There were rumors surfacing. So Hogan probably already knew it was coming. He probably already knew it was coming because he know how the media get down. But anyway, let's continue.
Hogan helped transform WWE into a family entertainment sport. A lot of people knew him. He was known for his magnetic personality, and he certainly was loved by fans around the world. He was even inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. That was back in 2005, but was removed in 2015 following a number of scandals. Despite all of that, he had quite the record. He was a 12-time world champion, and you can definitely believe that fans and fellow wrestlers are remembering him today as a larger-than-life figure. This is a developing story. We're just getting news of this, so of course, as more information comes in, we'll update you all. Back to you in the studio.
Man, if y'all really believing that these celebrity deaths are just coincidences, if y'all really believing that Malcolm Jamal Warner just randomly drowned by a current that nobody else was swept by, and then the news tried to actually clean this up with Malcolm Jamal Warner, and they said there was another guy who got swept by a current, but the lifeguards were able to save him. But there's no interview from any of these lifeguards. So they saying that this huge current was going on. First, Malcolm's out there by himself early morning before anybody was out there. Then he's out there with lifeguards, and then they carried away another person. But then they had to, come on, man. Then they saved him, but didn't save Malcolm. Listen, there's lies going on. And before the wife can even get the body back to America, before the wife can get the body back over here to get his going away funeral, Ozzy Osbourne drops. Ozzy Osbourne, listen, I don't have really nothing much to say about Ozzy Osbourne, but he's in the belly of the beast right now. You know, he wanted to be a rock star. And, you got these fake religious folks out here who are, actually showing some sympathy for the person who made Mr. Crowley. You know, Aleister Crowley. He made Mr. Crowley the person who wrote the Satanic Bible, a well-known Satanist that practiced the Thelema and all kind of rituals and wickedness. Aleister Crowley was with that, and so was Ozzy Osbourne. Yeah, he worshipped the father of the occult. They gave you a family man of the light, then they gave you a dark one, Ozzy Osbourne. Now they're giving you America's most beloved wrestler. And we got more news. Because when you listen to these news sources, you can truly hear certain discrepancies, because as more develops, that's why it's good to catch these stories early. You'll catch them early. you'll catch the indeficiencies or the hypocrisies rather. Let's go.
Good afternoon. We do have some breaking news we want to bring you. Wrestling legend Hulk Hogan has passed away.
First responders answering an emergency call at his Clearwater, Florida home. Caroline Coles joins us in the newsroom with more details. Caroline.
Yeah, we're just learning. TMZ is reporting that medics were dispatched to his Clearwater home earlier this morning, right after getting a call that the WWE legend was suffering from cardiac arrest. The publication also saying that the icon was put onto a stretcher and put into an ambulance. Keep in mind, it was just a few weeks ago that his wife, Sky, denied rumors that he was in a coma, saying his heart was strong after undergoing multiple surgeries. Hogan helped transform WWE into a family entertainment sport. A lot of people knew him. He was known for his magnetic personality, and he certainly was loved by fans around the world. He was even inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. That was back in 2005, but was removed.
TMZ is live. I mean, there's live coverage. They're already doing a remembrance on them and everything like that. Breaking 26 minutes ago.
I took control, went solo, and built my own online knife empire. I loved being a chef, but we're
following some breaking news right now. TMZ reporting that wrestling legend Hulk Hogan has died at the age of 71. This just coming into our newsroom. And here's what we do know from TMZ. Medics were dispatched to the WWE legend's Clearwater, Florida home early this morning. Operators stating it was regarding a cardiac arrest. We're also told that there were a lot of police cars and police presence and EMTs were parked outside of Hogan's home, and he was carried on a stretcher and into an ambulance. Just a few weeks ago, Hogan's wife, Sky, denied rumors that he was in a coma, stating his heart was, quote, strong as he recovered from surgeries. We were also told at that time he was just dealing with the symptoms of a neck procedure that he underwent in May.
So he had a neck procedure in May. What did that got to do with his heart? Nothing.
For some background on Hulk Hogan here, he transformed professional wrestling into a family entertainment sport. Before Hulk, wrestling catered to a fairly narrow audience. His theatrics in the ring were magnetic for children and their parents, and it supercharged the sport. And we do have some of that footage there for you here on your screen.
Yeah, man, Hulk Hogan, he's the one who made wrestling what it is today. He is, he is what broadened the spectrum on wrestling. And, Hulk Hogan was extremely racist as hell. But that's neither here nor there. Most Americans are who support Donald Trump. But nonetheless, his contributions to wrestling is pretty much insurmountable. He put in a lot of work. He's been wrestling for a long time. A lot of climatic events took place with the involvement of Hulk Hogan. But I want to explain what's happening right now. See, this week, there's a lot of pagan rituals going on. Now, I'm going to read a little bit something about what's going on right now so y'all can understand what these people are doing right now. Because there's a lot of Wiccan rites going on, a lot of inner workings from July 24th all the way to the 30th. From the 24th to the 30th, based on all of these moon phases and planetary correspondence and all of this kind of stuff, this is when they start doing rituals. Right what we would call the summer solstice. Now, I try to condescend to the lowest level when I break these things down because people think that it's just me just saying things. No, when you study the patterns of what's taking place in the media, you can see it clear as day because they do the same thing every year. They do these new moon rituals. And I want to read a little bit of something here about the blood sacrifices they do around this time. Hold on, let me pull this up for y'all. So around this time, the ancient Greeks, the Romans, those are dramatic heathenry. And the Mesoamerican traditions. That's what we're about to really explain right now, right? What they do and how they consider their rituals around this time. Now, this week, they do a lot of blood rituals. Now, follow me down this rabbit hole for a second. Follow me down this rabbit hole for a second. Right now, what you're seeing is new moon offerings. The summer solstice is all about the patterns of the moon. They believe if they make these sacred sacrifices to Satan around these very moments, then it's going to bring abundance, all kind of riches and things of that nature to pretty much to the industry, because it's the pagans, it's the Romans. They run the industry too, right? And I'm trying to explain it in the easiest way possible. So during July 24th to the 30th, Reconstructionist groups typically schedule their small-scale sacrifices around festival calendars tied to all the ancient dates, and these encounters are called blood rituals. We're seeing blood rituals going in Hollywood, in the industry. This is how, we're able to kind of guess these things. It's like we know what they're up to because they do the same thing over and over. Now, I have to do my research on this stuff. I read up on it because I'm curious to find out, all right, why are they doing the same thing every year? And it seems like celebrities drop dead. If y'all remember last year around the same time, you had Frankie from Frankie Beverly and Maze. You had, man, who else was it? You had James Earl Jones. And then you had at the same time, it was James Earl Jones, Frankie from Frankie Beverly and Maze, and then there was another one, man. I always forget the three people who passed last year around the same time. I believe it was it was somebody else very notable. John Amos. That's who it was. It was John Amos from Good Times. No, Angie Stone was just a couple months back. It was a couple months back. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, listen, this stuff is very real, man. This is not, when I said that yesterday about there'll be a third celebrity, I didn't just say it to be saying it. I said it because I see the patterns. I see the patterns. And then there's a great deal of numerology. There's the 201 gematria, where you have there was 201 episodes of the Cosby Show. Malcolm Jamal Warner, you got his age being 54 years old. You add the 5 and the 4, you got number 9, right? That signifies completion in gematria, right? Also, where he passed away, the time and date. The time and date, when you add the time and date together, you get another 201. You get another 201. You get 201 all across the board. So there's a sacrifice. These people operate in numerology. It's 201 all across the board with his. And then you wait 3 days later, and then Ozzy Osbourne dies at 76. When you add Ozzy Osbourne's, when you add his age, right? 7, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, you get 1 and 3, 13. When you add that 13 to the time and date, you get 201 again. Then when you take just a day after that, Hulk Hogan, look, hear me, y'all. Hulk Hogan at 71, you get 8. Add the time and date. Guess what you're going to get? 201 again. 8 plus the time and date, you're going to get 201 again. Now, look, some people would say Nubreed. And guess what? Theo died on the 201st day of the year. Man, now look, you can sit back and say that that is conspiracy, but the 201 is what? The number 3. The number 3. Over and over. You're just getting threes. 3, 3, 3. Why? Because there's 33rd degree Masons that are involved in this stuff. And anybody who could see it and decipher it and break the code, oh, y'all conspiracy theorists, y'all crazy. No, we're intellectuals. And we don't believe in coincidences, and we question everything. It has nothing to do with, somebody just dropping dead randomly, man. There's nothing random about any of this, ladies and gentlemen. If you gain an understanding and you're beginning to wake up, y'all have to hit the like button on the video if you're beginning to see what's happening in Hollywood and in the music, not even the music industry, in entertainment industry in general. It's all very much suspicious. And I'm telling you right now, Hulk Hogan was a blood sacrifice as well. See, in Satan's industry, there has to be sacrifices made. And Hulk Hogan was one of them. And there's a lot of live coverage. Let's start at the beginning of this.
Prices are blowing up.
The crazy part is when Malcolm Jamal Warner passed, you didn't see any live coverage, like live news feeds on it. You just seen 45-second videos, 30-second videos, but you see how they treat Hulk Hogan, right?
Certainly this week. Hulk Hogan, let's talk about also, really importantly, the legend. I love the word legend. That's a great word. And it's overused in so many ways. Very few guys are really legends. You talk about sports, okay? All right, let's talk legends. In baseball, we talk about the legend of Willie Mays and Babe Ruth and the legend of Joe Namath and the legend of Michael Jordan and Wayne Gretzky in hockey. These are legendary figures in sports. They're bigger than life. Well, in wrestling, this guy was actually a legend. You're not really off base on that. This guy was bigger than life. And a lot had to do with his personality.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan was a huge star. And I told y'all yesterday that it was going to be somebody big. I mean, we had 3 heavy hitters from each genre die in the course of the last 3 days. Last 4 days, actually. You had Malcolm Jamal Warner, an actor with an illustrious career. You had a musical icon, not my favorite icon for sure. You had Ozzy Hellbound. You had Ozzy Oz, the Hellhound, who's right now probably looking for some water right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. Y'all feel how y'all want to feel. Nubreed, you disrespecting the dead. Listen, first of all, when you die, you don't give a shit what's going on here in the world. Once you're gone, once you cross over to that other level, you don't care. Once I pass on, my enemies, foes, people who dislike me, they're going to talk cash money-ish. They're going to say, God judge me. They're going to say whatever. I don't care because I'm going to be dealing with the afterlife. I don't care. And Ozzy Osbourne called himself the Prince of Darkness. Now his ass get to meet the real Prince of Darkness. He was evil. He led countless souls to hell through his heavy metal music. And he was a certified demon. And he get to go join his father, the devil. What you want me to say? Rest in power to Malcolm Jamal Warner, because he seemed to be an upstanding brother. Didn't know the man personally, but his footprint speaks for itself. Now, when it comes to Hulk Hogan, he was a racist Trump supporter. And yes, he was Donald. I mean, listen, I'm just gonna keep it a buck. Hulk Hogan was one of those guys that was like one of those fake Southern Baptists that's really racist. You know, like the Southern Baptists that went to church on Sunday and then they went to the picnic and watched Negroes swinging off trees, but then they praised Jesus while Negroes was swinging from trees. That's Hulk Hogan. Just keeping it a buck with you. But nonetheless, his contributions to wrestling was something to really marvel at, because he brung wrestling mainstream. Yeah, in case you new to my platform, one thing y'all gonna learn about me is I don't hold my tongue. I say what I want to say. You know that quiet voice in your head that wants to say certain things but won't say it. I can be that voice. You can live vicariously through my platform. I'm gonna say what other people don't want to say. It just is what it is. But anyway, let's continue.
And that's what it was. And wrestlers, like football players, they transition into movies, they transition into TV shows, and Hulk would always pop up playing himself or actually playing other characters, and he was great. Here's another one: Macho Man, Ultimate Warrior, Roddy Piper, etc. all died. The 80s world WWE is dying. Well, you know, unfortunately, that's what happens. I mean, that's life. You know, it's 2025. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Hulk Hogan, he breathed breath into the WWE several times when it was falling off. When he went to the WCW, him alone, when Hulk Hogan went to the WCW, he made the WCW great. He made it great. Nobody was watching WCW until Hogan went over there as Hollywood Hogan and had the NWO. Then everybody was watching WCW. Then he went back to the WWE and joined the Wolf Pack, and then the WWE was popping. So don't make no mistake about it. Hulk Hogan was a certified star when it comes to wrestling. I'm not even going, you know, I'm not going to lie about that. And of course, he was a part of the NWO, the damn New World Order. That's what he was pushing. Hulk Hogan was pushing the New World Order agenda. We didn't even know what it mean. We didn't even know what it mean when we was growing up. We was running around screaming New World Order. I had a birthday cake that said New World Order on it. Didn't know what the hell it was about. I had a black and red birthday cake. I can't remember what year it was. And it had New World Order on it, because I was being indoctrinated. Of course, we know what the New World Order is now. And we don't rock with no New World Order. We with the Brew World Order. We want God's people to be ruling. Somebody said that was about 98, 99. I think it was a little bit earlier than that. I don't know. Maybe you're right. Let's go.
Hey, the legends go. But the one good thing that comes is that other legends come in to their place. There's always a transition to more stars in the sports, more sports, and all sports, not just wrestling. Like I said, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not a big wrestling fan. I don't even know really who the stars are today as they were.
Yeah, wrestling is trash today. I ain't gonna lie. Wrestling back in the day had us in a chokehold. We was in a chokehold, man. Wrestling was fire back then, bro. Wrestling now, when they brought John Cena out there, I thought it was trash ever since that. Soon as John Cena was like the head guy and he came out there rapping, I was like, yo, this is trash. It's like, yo, this is garbage, bro. You know, when he came out there rapping, I said, oh, it's done. See, we grew up watching Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock. Yeah, we grew up watching the real wrestlers that was putting in that work, you know what I'm saying, to entertain the people. These wrestlers now, they be corny to me. But anyway.
Well, back then, I was more of a wrestling fan back then. My age, I'm 62, so I can tell you that. But legends, yes, they go on, but the beauty of it is that you don't forget them, okay? Hulk Hogan will always be remembered by wrestling fans. They always remember him, just like they remember, like I said, Andre the Giant, Bruno Sammartino, and all these other greats, okay? They will be remembered, just like all the other sports. That's the beauty of it. There's video now. There's so many different archival video that exist that we can see him. We can relive some of his great matches, and they are. So here's a
Hulk Hogan was sacrificed. They killed him. They killed him. Who killed him? Of course, the Illuminati did it. What y'all want me to say? This is not coincidence. I see some wrestling fans in the building. They drop y'all name dropping right now. There's some nostalgia going on in the house. We got to stop believing that everything is a coincidence. Hold on, let's go.
Green, as we do continue to bring you this breaking news. Hulk, as we just said, he transformed professional wrestling, and in 1996, he transformed himself from hero to villain by creating the NWO, the New World Order, and became Hollywood Hulk Hogan. It propelled him and professional wrestling to even more fame.
When he became Hollywood Hogan, it was on and popping, bro. He made the WCW pop. But look, I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. It's all symbolic to the death of Babylon. It's all symbolic to the death of America. He had those heart surgeries many years ago. He had a neck surgery about 10 months ago. I watched Men's Health. Hulk Hogan, Hollywood Hogan, whatever you want to call him. The man was healthy. The man was healthy. He said he stopped drinking. He looked fit. He looked healthy. Rumors started to surface last week about him having heart complications. The wife denounced those rumors. Shortly after, he dies of a heart attack. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it.
Did you know that you can have permanent teeth in just 24 hours? That's right.
Are following some breaking news right now. Background on Hulk Hogan here. He transformed professional wrestling into a family entertainment sport. Before Hulk, wrestling catered to a fairly narrow audience. His theatrics in the ring were magnetic for children and their parents, and it supercharged the sport. And we do have some of that footage there for you here on your screen as we do continue to bring you this breaking news. Hulk, as we just said, he transformed professional wrestling, and in 1996, he transformed himself from hero to villain by creating the NWO, the New World Order, and became Hollywood Hulk Hogan. It propelled him and professional wrestling to even more fame. He was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame back in 2005. He was removed in 2015 after a scandal erupted over some comments there. But
you know, Dirty MAGA has officially entered the chat. Why? Because their American Idol just died, and I mean they're upset right now. Hulk Hogan was an avid Trump supporter. He rallied for Trump, and at the end of the day, we're gonna probably see Trump make a statement about Hulk Hogan, because the wrestling world dictated a lot of politics back in the day. If y'all can remember correctly, they would have, if there was some type of war going on or something like that, they would have a bad guy from that country go against the good guy, the old American hero, and so forth. And here's the thing. Death is promised to everybody. It's promised to everybody. Y'all idolize these people as if they not going to ever kick the bucket. Yeah, y'all remember Sergeant Slaughter and all of that. Look, MAGA just took another L. I get it. Y'all should be somewhere mourning right now, but y'all over here harassing me. MAGA should be mourning the death of Hulk Hogan right now. He was a good old boy. He was a good old boy, right? Let's go.
Once again, he was truly a legend here in the WWE. And we also do have this post here coming in from Fox News. Hulk Hogan who soared to the heights of professional wrestling and more recently endorsed President Trump, is dead at 71. So we are learning this breaking news here.
So yeah, I was right. Trump did say Trump endorsed. It says, let me see, breaking Hulk Hogan, who soared to the heights of professional wrestling and more recently endorsed President Trump. Okay, I thought Trump had made a post. Okay, I misheard that. Let's go.
On live now from Fox that we did want to share with you. If we get any more additional details, we will bring it to you here. But if you are just tuning in, we are learning that wrestling legend Hulk Hogan has died at 71. This is a
now. Let's be clear: 71 years old is a full life. It's a full life. You know, Hogan lived this life. We'll be happy. Listen, we'll be blessed to make it to that age. You know, it's unfortunate because he was a family man. You know, he was there. You know, I remember he was a decent father to his daughter, Brooke. And I remember watching the Hollywood, I watched the Hulk Hogan TV show, the reality show joint they had. It was a decent show. And it kind of honed in on his family life and things of that nature. You know, I'm not going to act like, you know, I'm mourning for Hulk Hogan, because I'm not. I do realize what he represented, and it is what it is. But what I want to really point out is that there was some sacrifices made this week. Now, how many of you all, I'm going to ask you brothers and sisters viewing, how many of you all believe that this is all a coincidence, that 3 celebrities, high-profile celebrities, randomly died in the last few days? How many of y'all think it's coincidence? By show of twos, you believe that something more daunting is taking place. I need y'all's participation, because I want to see where y'all minds are at, how y'all feel about this. I see people say no coincidence, no such thing as coincidence. And that's what I want. I want people that question everything, not just believe what mainstream media tells us. Yep, I see a lot of twos. I see a lot of twos. Somebody said, who's the other 2? Malcolm Jamal Warner, Ozzy Osbourne, and Hulk Hogan. 3 big names. Those are 3 big name celebrities. It's something very wrong with that. And then to add insult to injury, ladies and gentlemen, I predicted this yesterday. I predicted it yesterday. Listen.
Will more than likely drop who's a known celebrity this month. June all the way up to let's say July, all the way down to the Halloween season.
Hold on, what did I say?
And it always comes in 3, so somebody else will more than likely drop who's a known celebrity this month.
Y'all hear that? Did y'all hear what I said yesterday? On Nubreed, you were just talking. You just be making videos, just saying things. You don't know what you're talking about.
I was born with 76 years old. That's what the news is saying. And that's just 3 days after Malcolm Jamal Warner. Ozzy Osbourne was 76 years old. And it always comes in 3, so somebody else will more than likely drop who's a known celebrity this month.
I mean,
so, and it always comes in 3, so somebody else will more than likely drop who's a known celebrity this month.
And we at the end of the month. For me to say that at the end of the month, I must have been pretty confident that it was going to happen. With the month ending in a few days, I must have been really confident. I must have been really confident that it was going to happen. Now, the reason why I bring the reason why I bring this stuff out, not because I'm trying to claim to be some prophet. It's not about that. The reason I bring this out is because you all can see the signs if you're paying attention. Everybody on this platform who's really a day one, who's rooted in the truth, there's a lot of things y'all can see because you've been avidly viewing, and you can see the patterns too. Somebody said, how did you know it? How did you know that? Well, I knew it because they do the same thing all the time. When Malcolm Jamal Warner passed away, the first thing I thought was, that's a blood sacrifice. It doesn't seem right. It did not feel right in my spirit. I was like, that man didn't randomly drown. I said, nah. And then I did my research on Malcolm Jamal Warner, which I'm going to show y'all some things about him, because I want to also use this as an opportunity to tie everything together to show you what they did, what they've been doing in the industry. When I started doing my research on Malcolm Jamal Warner, he was really very socially aware, very conscious. He was putting out a lot of information about Black history. He had poetry that was very informative, and he was bringing out a lot of truth. And a man who is credited with director's credits, had a long, illustrious career, stayed out of trouble. They don't just walk around, they don't just walk away from the industry with $20 million and go live happily ever after and ride off into the sunset. So I was looking at it like, no, something don't seem right about this. Something doesn't feel right about what we're hearing. And I said, okay, I said what I said. I put my information out there. You know, people had a lot to say about that. You know, they said that, you know, I'm spinning a narrative, or I'm being a conspiracy theory, or I'm just saying things to be salacious. No, anytime I make any material on my platform, I'm speaking from a divine place where I feel really inspired to bring a message to the public. So once I did what I said, the next 3 days passed, Ozzy Osbourne died. That also confirmed on the numerology, going through the 201. You have to watch the playback to see the 201 breakdown I did with the gematria and the non-completion and all of that. Just go back. Once you watch this from the top, you'll get it. Once I seen that, I said a third death is coming. All I did was piece it together. I said, watch another one come. So to answer your question, Nubreed, how did you know that? I study this stuff. Yeah, the industry is greedy and evil, and they didn't want Malcolm Jamal Warner to walk away with generational wealth. Somebody said, why would they do that to the Hulk? Well, he's symbolic of America. What they did was they gave a righteous brother of the light. Then they got the Prince of Darkness. They gave you both sides, and then they gave you someone who represents Babylon. This whole collection of sacrifices they made, it represents destruction of Babylon. They gave you 3 icons, all from different walks of life, for a reason. You got the socially aware, conscious Black man. They take him out. Then they take out the Satan worshiper, the demon, Ozzy Osbourne. And then they take out the Southern Baptist Christian good old boy Trump supporter. Then he goes out. It's all symbolic. And it's all being done by the 33rd degree Masons. That's who's doing it. The Illuminati. They harvesting energy. Tanya says Nubreed is extremely wise. Don't come on here and mock him because woe to those. Thank you, Sister Tanya. I mean, they'll learn sooner or later, because, you know, I'm just giving all praises to the Most High for giving us utterance and revealing what's happening in the world. Now, of course, there's more news breaking. And ladies and gentlemen, if y'all could just get the likes up to over 1,000, that would be highly appreciated. We can get it matching the views, you know, because this type of dialect needs to be out there. It needs to be out there so people can start thinking, start using their mind. What is really happening? No, I just broke some news regarding Trump being on the Epstein files. You know, there's a lot going on today. Yep, there's more news on Hulk Hogan, dead at 71 years old. And let's do the math on today's date. 71. All my Jamaican brothers, if you in the chat, do the breakdown of today's dates with Hulk Hogan. I know y'all watching, because I got a lot of Jamaican brothers that hit me up behind the scenes. They like, man, you're right on point, and they confirm it. And the reason I was able to do the 201 breakdown, I'm gonna give credit to the brother. There was a brother who hit me up. He broke it down to me. Like, I mean, he broke it down to the decimal, and it made total sense. Right? It made total sense. And I'm gonna play a little bit more of this live coverage. I'm gonna go take a quick restroom break real quick, and I'm gonna cover more of the live coverage on Hogan. I'm gonna turn the camera towards that. I'll be right back in a moment, because I want to really break this down.
This is Toby Glass's X. They show you how to improve your business.
All right. Hold on. What happened to the sound here? I think that's the news station sound went out.
You knew Theo.
Yep.
You know.
Oh, they talking about Theo. Oh, we gonna come back. We definitely gonna come back.
And that his heart was strong, and he was recovering from surgeries. And again, he transformed wrestling into family entertainment, if you will. When you saw that golden blonde hair, the headband, all of that stuff, he was instantly recognizable. Even if there was no sound, if it was just a picture of him, you could point and say, oh, that's Hulk Hogan.
Hold on, y'all. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this. Hold on. I'll be right back, though.
Follow WWE or wrestling.
Hey, y'all can listen to that. I'll be right back.
Who he was.
One moment.
If you are, let's see, we have another comment. He is forever the face of wrestling. He opened the door for everyone else. Absolutely. You are absolutely correct. Certainly one of the ones that was a household name, if you will, and transitioning from not just WWE and wrestling, but television, reality shows. He did some acting, cameos on movies and on other television shows of the day. So a larger than life personality, which is certainly something that I would imagine, hope to have, in a sport where there are so many trying and competing and hoping and trying to amp up their game to get to that point, where you are a Hulk Hogan, or if you know a Ric Flair, the Nature Boy, just some of those ones. I think when Hogan came on the scene, with WWE, I think and correct me if I'm wrong, viewer, Junkyard Dog, was one of the ones that was also, when the WWE was formed, it was just one of those names. But Hulk Hogan just took it to another level. Again, we welcome your comments, any questions that you may have. Controversy arose in 2015 when audio recordings surfaced, reportedly featuring Terry Bollea, known professionally as Hulk Hogan, making racist remarks.
Thank y'all.
And using a
Hold up, they brought up the racial
Absolutely.
remarks. Okay, I'm glad the news just covered it. I came right back in the nick of time. Hold on, y'all hear that? Hold on, what did they just say? Thank y'all for y'all's patience, those who waited patiently. You know, we live, so you know you get breaks in the action. We live, so that's how it goes sometimes. But anyway,
WWE, I think, reportedly featuring Terry Bollea, known professionally as Hulk Hogan, making racist remarks and using a racial slur. Absolutely, we remember that. And no, he was not without
yeah,
contact.
he got caught red-handed racist remarks. Somebody said you didn't wash your hands. Listen, I wash my hands before I touch my junk. All right, that's how you do it. You got to wash your hands before you touch the private areas. But anyway, let's go.
Absolutely a part.
Darkness. I'm going to define Hulk Hogan's racist ass rant. That's what I'm about to do. Nubreed, that's low. You gonna go to this man racist rant? Yeah, let me show you. You know, he gonna be remembered. We remembering Hulk Hogan. We remembering Hulk Hogan right now, so don't even worry about it. Hey, y'all want to hear Hulk Hogan? Hulk Hogan audio 2016 link and transcript.
She's outside on his eyes shell out. She's really close to her music. And I've been on the papers and I've done everything. Fucking with him day and night on the radio like a jackass. He's working with me to make work. He goes that we should call her every day and do the shit I do. The South is good. Yeah, the other guy. That's something. He's like basically
The son, he's this black billionaire guy. Basically did more for her in a year than anybody's done. He had one song. After 10 months, it should go. Watch this, y'all. I try to be a realist, and this is your option. You got a better option, redacted. You can sign with redacted. But listen, watch this. Listen to him. Listen to him.
did more for her a year than anybody's done. Okay, he had one song after 10 months to do it back up and back and back still. And no matter what, I try to keep the realist. This is your option. Go.
Yo, he was calling for the audience. He's yelling the N word. That's what the redacted is. We just can't say that because they trying to be clean, cookie cut. You know what I mean? Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Let me tell y'all right now, man. These white Christians, these right wing Christian Republicans, they say nigga more than us. They say it like it's going out of style. Nigga, 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 nigga. Just like make their teeth whiter, just all day, just nigga, nigga, nigga. That's how they talk. Hulk Hogan hated black people. And then the thought of his daughter being with a black millionaire. Come on, man. The man racist as hell. Yeah, he's the F that N word, F this N word, this and N word that. Yeah, I mean, he's racist. So I said, you got that from Paul Mooney. I did, though. I did, though. Let me see. What's up, Food Vibe? Herb, Nature, Herb. What's up, bro? Let me see. We got Black Madonna, Hitman, Kima. That's wild, man. Yeah, he was racist.
So there's the point where I really broke was fucking like her son would have been hanging out, I got holding hands together on the toilet and get close.
Look at this. So before y'all get to Hulk Hogan was he was just an American icon. Well, this is what America all about. This is what America all about. Y'all see that? I'm telling you, man, it's crazy. Somebody said, Bree, you on it, pulling up the record book. Man, see, I don't play, bro. If somebody die, I'm not gonna be like, all impartial and biased because, he's dead. Listen, if I died tomorrow or today, all my enemies was like, yeah, that's what he get. Maybe now, we can be the king on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened. Because we can't do it. We can't do it with him here. We need him to die. You know how many of my enemies would celebrate my death? You think listen, nobody cares. When you dead, you dead. When you are dead, you're dead. And by the way, all of my ops, they can make it without worrying about me, but they choose not to. Yeah, I mean, listen, he was probably on the Epstein files. What you want me to say? But he can act like a Southern Baptist Christian. It's crazy. Kima Queen says the accuracy. Exactly. That's why you just got to keep it real. Speak your mind, speak from the heart. Make sure you weigh everything through the parameters of the scriptures. And it is what it is.
I'm not a double standard kind of guy. I'm racist to a point. Fucking there's then when it comes to nice people, we all are that way. Yeah, when it comes to nice people, you can't say.
Look, he says, wow. He says, yeah, cool. Well, let's go back to this text. We got to get context, man. I went on this whole diatribe. Nah, we remembering Hollywood. We remembering Hulk Hogan right now. We remembering Hulk Hogan. Yes, do I believe Hulk Hogan was a blood sacrifice? Absolutely. And I also believe that Malcolm Jamal Warner, as well as Ozzy Osbourne, was blood sacrifices. But when we're going to get to that, because we still going to tie all of that together. We haven't even done that yet. We got to cook right now. We got to cook right now. But I want y'all to hear what I'm not Trump, but here's a Trump supporter, what Hogan said in context. Yeah, cool. When it comes to nice people, you can't. Where Dirty MAGA at? Anyway, you can't say I don't give a F if she's 8 feet tall basketball player. If we're going to F with ninjas, let's get a rich one. That means if you're going to be out here messing with these ninjas, it better be creating generational wealth for our family, for white supremacy. And he's saying it so casually, but what's done in the dark came to the light. So if you asking me if I rock with Hulk Hogan, no, he was racist, a racist ass Trump supporter who was blood sacrificed by the same industry that put him on. I mean, he said it with the hard ER. The inbred has spoken. How you going to be America's icon when foundational Black Americans built America? Talk to me. How you going to be America's icon and you disrespect the people who built America? Yeah, God don't like ugly, man. But then he want to act like he a Christian, like he loved Jesus. I get so tired of you Southern Baptist Republicans acting like y'all love Jesus. Jesus was black. Jesus was black. Everybody get the likes up. Let's go. Because ain't nobody on social media really want to bring this part out. They want to act fake hurt and act like they showing respect for the dead and all this other nonsense. Knowing damn well that if you don't like somebody and they die today or tomorrow, you're going to be rejoicing. So shut up. Anyway, let's go.
is now they start doing these nasty emails, so some override a relationship. And so now don't ever talk to anybody.
See, I ain't no hypocrite. I ain't no hypocrite. I'm going to tell you like it is. Shit. I might have to go get my phone charger. Putting out that spiritual voltage y'all signed up for. Yeah, that's one of the most racist rants that we heard in a long time. Who was the other guy that got caught? A guy who actually made the Jesus movie. Passion of the Christ. What's his name, y'all? Hold on, they freeze my chat. Yeah, they froze it. What is the guy's name? Racist ass Melly Gibson. Y'all remember old racist ass Melly Gibson, boy. He made the Passion of Christ. He produced it. So that tells you that these Southern Baptist racists really be on one. Listen, I guarantee Mel Gibson and Hulk Hogan from the same train of thought, same school of hard knocks, same learning, same ideology. Bunch of racist ass Christians. Now shout out to the real Christians who follow Christ. Y'all know I ain't lying. I'm just saying the things y'all want to say when somebody passed. Just like, let me give you another example. Some of y'all got people in y'all families that pass away, and Mima and them get up on stage and say, he was a good boy, not my baby. Lord Jesus, he ain't bothered nobody. He ain't bothered nobody. And you know damn well that nigga was robbing dice games. That nigga was beating on women. That nigga was pulling up on ops. You know he was a bully in the neighborhood. You know he used to steal from everybody's house. You couldn't even invite this man over because he was stealing. But then when somebody turn his, close his curtain because he was in the streets wilding, everybody want to be like, not my baby. I ain't trying to hear none of that. People gonna react how they gonna react. I'm just not gonna be fake with you. I believe Malcolm Jamal Warner was a righteous man based on the footprint and legacy he left, based on the things he would say, based on the fact that if you judging him by his words, his fruits, his how he lived his life, Malcolm Jamal Warner, all I can do is speak highly of that man. All I can do is speak highly of Malcolm Jamal Warner. When it comes to what's the other one? Ozzy Osbourne, the man is in hell. What you want me to say? Y'all really believe Ozzy Osbourne in the upper room? Y'all think Ozzy Osbourne is with Jesus right now? Is that what y'all telling me? I seen this one creator, a religious guy. I seen this religious creator, bro. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Doing a remembrance of Ozzy Osbourne. I said he was an enemy of Jesus. This is why nobody respect Christ followers. This man was a self-proclaimed antichrist. That man is in hell sizzling right now. Ozzy Osbourne looked up and he seen the real Prince of Darkness. He getting his ass whooped in hell. He getting dragged all across the hot coals. He ain't got no water. Ozzy Osbourne woke his ass up in hell. What you want me to tell you? That's the truth. That man's sizzling like hell right now. Burning, cooking. Nubreed. That's religious. No, I follow the word. You can't worship Satan and go to the bosom of Abraham. Where in the scriptures does it say you can worship Satan all your life, lead a whole generation through heavy metal, satanic rock music that if you play it backwards, you're going to hear demons coming out the damn music? Where does it say that that person is going to be accepted into the kingdom. Man, get them likes up. Y'all made, yeah, listen. Let's go there. Ozzy Osbourne death. Just listen to how people talk about him. Ozzy Osbourne. I just want to show y'all what this man. Let's look at the imagery of this man.
Bottom of the hour here on NBC News Daily, and we are following breaking news. Ozzy Osbourne, the legendary heavy metal singer known as the Prince of Darkness, has died at the age of 76. Osbourne's family saying in a...
Known as the what? Known as the what? Look at this. Look at this damn demon. Somebody come look at this. The Prince of Darkness. Well, we just gonna remember the positive because Jesus came and swept Ozzy Osbourne. He repented before he died, you know. How the hell you know? Man was evil. Look at this. He's sitting there. Look at it. Look at this imagery. Look at this weirdo. Look at this freak. I'm not with the weirdos and freaks. There's too many lukewarm believers out here. There's too many lukewarm Christians out here. Y'all don't stand on nothing. This why the world is how it is. Nobody stand on nothing. Nobody draw the line. This man got on mascara. He look like something out of the damn Conjuring. Look at him. He followed Aleister Crowley avidly. Anyway, let's let the news talk about because we're gonna talk about these 3 people that were sacrificed in the last few days.
We are following breaking news. Ozzy Osbourne, the legendary heavy metal singer known as the Prince of Darkness, has died at the age of 76. Osbourne's family saying in a...
Prince of Darkness is getting his ass whooped right now in hell. They in hell right now branding Ozzy. They branding him. Ozzy Osbourne in hell right now, getting mollywopped and jolly stomped. Talking about he the Prince of Darkness. What are we talking about? You don't see a dark aura around this individual? Looking like Jigsaw? The man biting heads off of bats, drinking the blood? That man, listen, he wish he didn't go by the Prince of Darkness. He wish he followed the light of Christ. Let's go.
Statement in part that he died this morning surrounded by love. Osbourne was the frontman of pioneering heavy metal band Black Sabbath. He went on to...
Yeah, looking like Celine Dion. All that damn makeup on his face. Look at this damn demon. Somebody come look at this. That's a demon right out of hell. Y'all see that? This crawled right out of the abyss and jumped on stage to influence your children. We can't even go into an urban clothing store and get clothes. Why? Because of this damn angry Karen. This angry Karen, this reptile right here. Get out of here. Nubreed, that's cold-blooded.
Have a successful solo career. His death comes just weeks after a farewell concert in Birmingham, England.
They had a farewell concert because they knew they was about to ship your ass to the abyss. He died right after a farewell concert. Why did they have a farewell concert? Because he knew he was about to be sacrificed. The devil already visited him. I think the devil came to Ozzy Osbourne right in his house. And the devil was like, look, Ozzy, you had 4 decades of drug usage. I gave you everything you wanted. Your time is about up. So say bye to all the people here on earth. Your ass is grass. Because guess what? Before Satan come to collect, the demons go ahead and torment them on their way to hell. And the demons came to Ozzy in the middle of the night saying, look, you better do a farewell speech because this shit about up. Yeah. He looked like something off of the damn Lord of the Rings. And you got Christians and religious followers talking about, we're going to focus on the positive. Ozzy Osbourne was a family man. He was with Jesus too. I guess ninja hating Hulk Hogan was with Jesus too.
News Now anchor Joe Fryer looks back at Ozzy Osbourne's incredible career.
He was known as the Prince of Darkness, music royalty crowned with metal.
What rock and roll has done for me is
this man's music makes me cringe. Makes me cringe. His farewell concert is exactly what it was. His farewell concert was his farewell concert. I'm telling you. Because why? The industry knew they was going to pack your ass up. You're not making them no money no more.
you couldn't buy it. I mean, it's changed everything.
Look, Jeffrey says Ozzy was a god amongst men. Well, Jeffrey, you can join Ozzy. Because if he was a god amongst men, he sure did die like a man. He sure did die like a man. Big Smoke says Mr. Crowley goes hard, though. See, y'all wonder why the world and the state is in. I'm not listening to anything that's giving reverence to Aleister Crowley. That wicked, perverted nonsense. Man was weird as hell. Wore makeup every day of his life. All the way up into his 70s, wearing mascara and lip gloss.
For me, because like 20 years ago, I was just a nothing person living in a...
Somebody said it in my chat. Bree, you need to clean up your following list. You got a lot of fools and hypocrites and agents in your chat. Yeah, I see a lot of that. And by the way, I did a stream yesterday pointing out that I had a lot of people over here that wasn't on the right track, right? But nonetheless, that video, by the way, I removed that video because the quality was horrible. And when y'all see me streaming and it just looks bad, please say something. Just say, Bree, hey, bro, the quality is not good, but I know now that I'm going to do my videos when I'm out and about. No more live streams when I'm out and about, just videos. Because the quality be bad, and I removed 2 videos in the last 2 days. So y'all got to be a good audience and let me know what's happening. But anyway, let's go.
Nothing existence. I never had any excitement in my life.
Osbourne was born in 1948 in Birmingham, England. As a young boy, he never could have imagined...
What the hell? That don't even look like a young boy.
Decades later, he performed for the Queen, singing at her Golden Jubilee in 2000.
Of course he did. You know, he had performed for the Queen, Queen Elizabeth. You know, the same one who had missing people all on her estate. Right around Christmas time, it was missing people. Of course he performed for her. Matter of fact, let me go grab my charger, man. Let me play this. I'm going to go grab my phone charger. Because we still cooking.
At her Golden Jubilee in 2002. It was a career filled with accomplishments, winning Grammy Awards, a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and the creation of Ozfest, a successful music festival that boosted up-and-coming bands. But there were challenges, too. He was accused of being a negative influence on teens and of worshiping Satan, an allegation he roundly rejected.
I have a big heart. All I want to do is make people smile. There's so many people out there that think that I'm the devil, you know, and That's an act that I do, you know. It's show business.
Though there was the time he bit the head off a bat while on stage. Something so enmeshed in his lore, he even reenacted it on his tour.
So I picked it up, bite the thing's head off, and suddenly everybody's freaking out because it's a real back.
It's a moment that would be parodied throughout his life. He created even more memorable moments on the reality show The Osbourne.
I pressed his one button and the shower started going.
It's a surprising hit for MTV that chronicled Ozzy, his wife Sharon, and two of their kids, Jack and Kelly. Ozzy did ultimately reunite with Black Sabbath, occasionally touring with the group. Over the years, he struggled with sobriety, but credited Sharon with saving his life.
Sharon's my soul.
All right.
It wasn't for Sharon.
All right, so I heard a few things. You know, why do Satan worshipers always deny worshiping Satan? Why do they do that? Just recently, Little Uzi Vert did the same thing. Recently, Lil Uzi did the same thing. He denied worshiping Satan. Like, everything you do is worshiping Satan. Anyway, let's go.
I would be dead long ago.
Yeah, somebody said they shame of it. Like, let's go back to that part. They always hiding what they worshiping. Yeah, 3-6 Mafia denied it too. And then later on, 3-6 Mafia came clean. There were quite a few members that came out was like, yeah, we did worship Satan.
Sharon's my heart and soul. If it wasn't for Sharon.
Jack and Kelly. Ozzy did ultimately reunite with Black Sabbath, occasionally touring with the group. Over the years, he struggled with sobriety, but credited Sharon with saving his life.
Sharon's my heart and soul. If it wasn't for Sharon, I would be dead long ago. I wouldn't have lost it.
And me too. He saved me and I saved him.
He also dealt with health.
No, the devil saved y'all because he wanted y'all to stick around until, the sacrifice. Somebody said 3-6 Mafia was obvious. Well, Ozzy Osbourne is obvious. He calls himself the Prince of Darkness. What? Is Ozzy Osbourne not obviously a Satan worshiper? Biting the head off of animals?
Problems, including Parkinson's disease, yet he kept making music.
It's what I do, It's the greatest love affair that I've ever had in my life.
A legacy of light from the Prince.
No, a legacy of darkness.
Of darkness.
It's like, America is so hypocritical. Like, just listen to what they saying. A message of light from the Prince of Darkness. Looks, and woe to those who turn light in the dark. Woe to those who call evil good and good evil. Ain't that what the scriptures say? It's so many people who can't just separate real and fake. It's so many people who are lukewarm. It's too many lukewarm people who don't stand on nothing. This man is in hell sizzling. I'm talking about burn, baby, burn. He ain't have no message of light. Matter of fact, I got to go to my mall video. I'm going to show y'all with, let me show y'all what Ozzy Osbourne influenced. Hold on real quick. Let me go to my mall video real quick. Actually, we're going to play this off because there's only a few minutes left in this video. And then I'm going to go to my mall video. Let me show you what Ozzy Osbourne did. Hold on.
Joe Fryer, NBC News.
And joining us now to reflect further on Osbourne's legacy is Ralphie Aversa, host of...
Okay, no, I don't care about that. We don't care about his legacy. He was a Satan worshiper. Peep this, y'all. Peep this, though. Y'all want to know Ozzy's legacy here? Let me show you. Let me show y'all Ozzy's legacy. Let's have fun with this real quick.
Peep this. Look at all these ugly ass clothes. This rock star shit.
Look at this. Now, ladies and gentlemen, why am I in a store that's called Manhattan that used to have urban clothes, and right before dusty ass Ozzy Osbourne kicks the bucket, we got all of this nonsense up in the clothing store? Thanks a lot, Ozzy.
You see this shit? Well, I can't walk up in here and get me a t-shirt.
See, let me explain something, man. And though my speech be rude, I lack not in knowledge. Just because I can get rude with my speech and speak a certain way, I'm tired of the demonic, weird, nasty stuff. How many Bashoa ones, right, are tired of seeing demonic stuff everywhere? How many of y'all are tired of that? How many of y'all go out in the public and you like, yo, I'm tired of all of these hidden messages. I'm tired of all this symbolism. I'm tired of all this perversity. I'm tired of seeing girl and girl holding hands, guy and guy holding hands, and it just makes you upset. It makes you feel out of place. Guess what? That means you walk with Christ. That means you have a relationship with the Most High. You're not supposed to feel comfortable while wickedness is increasing in the world. You're not supposed to be comfortable in this wicked ass world. So though in the video, I'm joking, I'm laughing, but I'm upset really. That's why I'm using harsh language. Why? Because I'm tired of seeing the demonic stuff everywhere. And now they want our people to dress like this. And it's gotten to the point, everywhere I go, it's all over the place. And you can think that heavy metal, demonic, satanic stuff that we seem to have adopted.
You see this ugly ass shit they got on the shelves? That's what Ozzy Osbourne did. What the hell are we talking about?
Right.
All legit. Look at this shit.
Like, why would we want to walk around like this?
You think I want to walk around like this? You think I want to walk? Hold on. You think I want to walk around like this? I was in this store a few months ago and none of this stuff was in. Now Ozzy Osbourne and kicked the bucket. Look at this shit. Who the hell want to walk around demonic? Oh, look, the whole store.
The whole store demonic. The whole store. The bunch of damn bedazzled pants and all of that. Let's go.
I'm telling you. I don't even want to touch these damn abominable ass clothes.
Look at this.
Shh. Damn.
I don't want to get hit with copyright. They was playing a song in there. But peep this, even when I left this store, this is an urban outfitter store. You know, it's called Manhattan. Look at this.
Manhattan? Why is this called Manhattan? Come on, man.
Everybody wearing it.
Shit. I think I care about some damn Ozzy Osbourne.
You think I care about some damn Ozzy Osbourne? No.
I just want y'all to pay attention to what's happening, man. The rituals are going on in Hollywood. Look. You see what Ozzy did?
Look at this. Look at this, y'all. Look at the green hair behind me. Look.
Look at this green hair behind me.
Look. It's a grown-ass man. Gotta get some of that zoom in action. How am I in Atlanta walking around seeing all this weird stuff? That's the product of Ozzy Osbourne. So if you're wondering if I care about Ozzy Osbourne, no, it's weird out here because of people like Ozzy Osbourne. But then people want to say he's in the light. No, he was the Prince of Darkness, remember?
I mean, look, you see what Ozzy did? Look at the green hair.
Come on, man. Come on now. Yeah. Look. Let me see. Let me do this. Probably I got a little more juice on the phone note. When we start the cooking, we don't just stop cooking. And then you got Malcolm Jamal. And then you got Malcolm Jamal Warner. Then you got Malcolm. I'm gonna show some interesting things about him.
Same old phone? Nah. Upgrade to the new Galaxy Z Fold 7.
Smokehouse Chicken is back, only at Church's.
Reporting live from Hypers Club in Atlanta for Hype Plus News, I'm Symphony. It looks like the shock of Malcolm Jamal Warner's unexpected death has got emotions running high. As we previously reported, Karen Molino White would issue a tribute of Warner on her Instagram.
See, it's that damn CBS, man, the all-seeing eye. They wouldn't finna watch this black man being socially conscious, socially aware, awakening his people, leave with $20 million and have, just live off into the sunset. They wasn't finna do that.
Upon finding out of his passing. Now, if you're not familiar, White and Warner had a long-term romantic relationship that lasted over 7 years. The two met on the set of The Cosby Show, where White played Charmaine Brown, friend of Pam Tucker, played by Erica Alexander, in the show's 2 final seasons. The two would go on to co-star in the UPN sitcom Malcolm and Eddie for 4 seasons between 1996 and 2000. The two would not begin officially dating until both series.
Okay, so they're just covering, Malcolm had a couple shorties, man. A couple shorties. He used to have shorty from Family Matters. Shorty that passed away of stomach cancer. Yeah, Malcolm had, that was his ex too. He was with the shorties. I want to hear what Bill Cosby had to say about all of this, because I think it's very eerie.
Bill Cosby is mourning the loss of his on-screen son. Shortly after news broke that the Cosby Show alum Malcolm Jamal Warner, who portrayed Theo Huxtable on the NBC comedy, had accidentally drowned at the age of 54, Cosby is reacting to the tragic death.
I don't believe that at all. He accidentally drowned at 54. And I just don't believe. How many of y'all just don't believe it, man? It just does not seem right. It's just been too many stories that was told. Swimmers just don't be drowning.
The 88-year-old's rep, Andrew Wyatt, confirms to E! News that when Cosby received the call of Warner's passing, the news was just as devastating to him as when he learned of his own son Ennis Cosby's 1997 murder, which was the result of a failed robbery attempt. The rep also notes that Cosby spoke.
You see, they're talking about Bill Cosby's real son died. Some failed robbery attempt, which I also believe is some foul play involved in that. I don't believe that either.
Of his late son and Warner playing together as children, noting they.
So it's like his real son died and his on-screen son died. It just does not. None of it sits right, I mean, freak accidents do take place, but this one does not fit right. And ladies and gentlemen, do me a favor and double tap. Actually, you don't have to double tap. Just hit the like button. Get the likes up. And make sure the message is spread, because people got to wake up, man. Stop letting Hollywood and the mainstream media tell you whatever they want to tell you.
They were amazing together. Cosby also expressed, per the rep, that he believes Warner created a lasting impact through his life and work that will continue to change the world, just as he did as part of the Huxtable family on the NBC sitcom. Prior to his passing, Warner had been vacationing in Costa Rica and was swimming in the ocean July 20th. Costa Rica's Judicial Investigation Agency confirmed to E! News in a translated statement, which added, regarding the preliminary investigation, the victim appears to have entered the sea and was apparently swept away by a current. The man was rescued by bystanders and taken to shore, where he received treatment from the Costa Rican Red Cross. However, he was declared lifeless at the scene.
Yeah, I'm not buying that. They saying it was lifeguards and all of that, but that's not what it was initially reported. And where the interviews with these lifeguards? I believe they sacrificed him. He was the beginning of the sacrifice. Somebody says Nubreed and Burnell. What? Amber Nell just committed. Yeah, I don't know who Amber Nell is, but you know, the irony of what I predicted the other day is I told y'all I was going to be another big star that dropped, and it was. I told y'all it would be another big star, you know. Yeah, this was definitely a Marine Kingdom sacrifice. I mean, what's up with these celebrities always drowning? I mean, they're always drowning. What is that? If y'all know how many, like listed in the chat, how many celebrities actually drowned, y'all? Let me see. Beverly, hello, Beverly. Thank you for watching my platform. I appreciate you, Beverly. I'm gonna do you a favor, Beverly. I'm not gonna block you, but I'm gonna time you out because we don't shout out other content creators on my platform. But you are welcome to stay. Matter of fact, somebody time Beverly out. Just time her out. She can stay. Just time her out. If I have any moderators present, I'm gonna be giving out some wrenches today too. All right, let's go.
At the scene, Costa Rican National Police later confirmed to ABC News that Warner's cause of death was asphyxia, a condition where the body is deprived of oxygen that can be caused by drowning.
Yep, but there's no proof of asphyxia. There's no proof at all. No, because we don't have an autopsy. We don't have any of that. Hold on, let me move back to my spot. We don't have any of that. Oh, shoot. Snap. My bad. Yeah, we are hood streaming today. That's what happened when you live. That's what happened when you live, man. Yeah, Whitney, listen, the list is too long. The list is just too long. Somebody said, I got the same MacBook, that's what's up. Yeah, all these popular celebrities died in 1 week, you know, and this was pretty much predicted. We knew this was happening. Now, let's get back to the one who just, the racist who just kicked the bucket, Hulk Hogan. Let's go back to the racist. That was blood sacrifice, just like the rest of them. Hulk Hogan. Because there's more updates. TMZ just covered it. Let's hear what TMZ talking about.
Raising the next generation is a big job, but feeding them well, that should be deliciously simple. With GoMac.
Hulk Hogan has died. He was 71 years old. Lucas, when the EMTs were called out, did they say for what? Cardiac arrest. I'll tell you, I did a show with him, Objectified, and he literally told me, he said, I don't think I have any original body parts left. He was so beaten up by wrestling, which everybody says is a fake sport. I mean, I can't remember the number of back surgeries, but it was just unbelievable. And I think he said he's had over 50 surgeries.
Yeah, but he didn't have 50 heart surgeries. And the wife vehemently denied that he was having any complications with his heart just last week. Yep, 1 years old. 7 take away 1 is 6. That's it. Somebody just got it. Because I was trying to figure out, I was adding the rest of them, coming up with the 201 ritual, but you got to take away. Man, that was genius. Whoever posted that, you get it. Somebody got it. Who was that posted that? They can see it. They can see what's going on.
So he was really beaten up. And the EMT.
Clyde said they need a wrench.
Came out to his house in Florida, right? Yeah. In Florida. And they could not revive him. So just a really unbelievable life with a lot.
Oh, by the way, now, because going backwards real quick to Malcolm Jamal Warner, now social media is going crazy about black people can't swim. There's been a lot of racists showing their ugly horns within the last few days. And a whole lot of racism against Malcolm Jamal Warner saying, you know, why are you black people swimming anyway? Y'all can't swim. Listen, first and foremost, the history that we have with large bodies of water is traumatic. You know, when you go back to the transatlantic slave trade, you're talking about a very daunting history. So, like, you know, these racists coming out of anywhere, you know, just talking crazy. You know, of course, we got our children were used as gator bait, things of that nature. You got people just talking crazy. Like, but I will say my people, they quieted them out. They quieted those racists and bigots. And now they took an L today because they lost Hulk Hogan. But anyway, nonetheless, let's go.
A lot of ups and a lot of downs. And he transformed wrestling. Wrestling, very narrow sport before Hulk, where it was not for families at all. It was, mostly just guys watched it. And he made it an entertainment sport. And he was so entertaining and theatrical. Kids started coming, women started coming, and it transformed it into what it is today. So he was really critical for that. He was a movie star in Rocky III. Thunderlips, that was an iconic character. His reality show, Hulk Knows Best, was just a huge show on VH1. And he had downs. I mean, remember, there was a sex tape that Gawker released where Hulk was using racist language. And they stripped him of his Hall of Fame title from WWE.
Did he say it was a sex tape? Was his daughter getting her back blown out by a brother on camera? Hold on now. Hold on now. Now, we just played the video of the racist rant. What happened, y'all? What sex tape? You learn something new.
Hall of Fame title from WWE, and he really hit the skids with from WWE.
He did say sex tape.
Was a sex tape that Gawker released.
Damn. Damn. Hulk probably seen his daughter on a sex tape. Oh, man. No wonder he out here hurling all these racist obscenities. Somebody said, you never saw it? Question mark. No, I just don't be looking for sex tapes. Somebody asked this so innocent. So you ain't never seen it? Shit, I watched it last night. Everybody seen that tape. Nah, I don't just be looking for sex tapes to watch, bro. Y'all wild, man. I didn't know that existed. So Brooke Holt, okay, so I didn't know that existed. I didn't know. I thought she was just dating some guy, and Holt went on this whole tangent. I didn't know she was, dropping down, getting her eagle on. I didn't know. I wasn't informed that she was out here. Dealing with the brothers.
Where Hulk was using racist language, and they stripped him of his Hall of Fame title from WWE, and he really hit the skids with that.
She was dropping down, getting her American Eagle on. She was getting her American Eagle on. I didn't know that she just walked right out of Abercrombie and Fitch and walked in a downtown locker room like that. I didn't know it was going down like that. I didn't know.
And he really clawed his way back to revive himself and show the contrition. And they reinstated him in the Hall of Fame.
Look, but he still ain't have to call them the hard ninjas. I thought we were brothers. Hey, brother. Hulk, I thought we were brothers. What happened to the brother? What's going on, my brother? My black indigenous brother? Hell no. Yo, that that racism came right on out. Mm, mm, mm. Man, that's crazy.
As a member of the New World Order, which is his hero title, excuse me, his villain title. So he really has had really quite the life. He was an entrepreneur, lived in around Orlando for most of the last 20, 30 years. But I'll tell you, when I did Objectified with him, he was really candid with me about everything. And we talked about the sex tape and the racism. We talked about
Somebody said, they said he talked about the sex tape. You talking about your own daughter's sex tape to the public, that's rough. That's rough. Man, you know, being a public figure, man, you know, these guys gotta face some awkward. That's an awkward situation. That's very awkward there.
everything. And he said, look, just let me have it. Just talk to me about everything. And I did. And it was really, it was a memorable.
Yeah, he had to watch it. Yo, man, only in America, man. You know, hey, he was part of Dirty MAGA. He was part of Dirty MAGA. Hulk Hogan probably was like, ain't nobody dating my daughter but me. That's probably what Hulk was saying. You know what I mean? Dirty MAGA, they be on one. I'm just saying. Dirty MAGA, they be filthy with it. Damn, Nubreed, you went too far with that. No, I don't put nothing past these damn inbreds. I don't do it. I don't put nothing past none of these inbreds. I don't. Hey, like I said, if you new to my platform, I'm going to say things that y'all might be afraid to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. Y'all can think it, but I'm going to say it. Y'all know how dirty MAGA get down. Let's go.
Moment for me, really having been able to sit down with him. We're going to put that up on the website shortly in our post. I apologize for this. But
yeah, I don't put nothing past these he'll have eyes, racist, white supremacist Christians. I don't put nothing past none of them. I don't.
I need to now finish our shows and we need to redo all.
Today is 24. 2 plus 4 is 6. We got another 6. We got another 6. Malcolm Jamal Warner dies. Oh, man. Fulfilling the 201 ritual. Oh, man. This is crazy. This is crazy. Ozzy Osbourne dies 3 days after that. Hulk Hogan dies. The numerology is another 6. 6 all across the board. He dies at 71. 1 take away 7 is another 6. Man, the numbers aren't lying. The numbers are not lying. The numbers ain't lying.
All of our shows, because this is, everything. I mean, this is kind of what happens here, that, we go along during the day and then something huge like this happens and we have to just completely recast everything. So Jackson, anything real quick and then I gotta go.
Way too far.
And at age 76, another 6.
That's for me to read. There's almost 10,000 people in chat and it's just going like that. So everyone saying rest in peace is a little rip.
Yeah, no, I'll tell you, he was a force. And God, I mean, I used to call him, and I just loved hearing, "Hey, brother," and I mean, he did this.
No, he didn't say brother with an A at the end. He didn't say, "Hey, brother." He said, "Brother," just like he said, "Nigger." He didn't say brother like a brother, like, "What's up, my brother?" No, he said, "Brother." When they got their hard ER, you gotta look out for them.
I mean, he did that to everybody, but I just loved hearing that from him. And he was really authentic. He had his ups and downs with marriages, but he was, and ultimately became very religious, especially around the time I did Objective.
Yeah, he became one of them Southern Baptist Christians, screaming Jesus. He became very religious at the end of his life. That's what they do. He was pushing Trump heavy. Listen, them Southern Baptist Christians be racist as hell. Jesus Christ is black. Hair wool and skin of burnished bronze. Yeah, Jesus Christ is black. I know, look, Dirty MAGA, they make their way in and out of the building. You know, they come through and they have to go ear hustle and stuff. Yeah, Jesus Christ is black. That's Revelations. But y'all don't want to serve Jesus Christ. Y'all want to serve Caesar Borgia.
Fight. He was like shockingly religious for me. I had no idea it was that deep, but it was. Reagan, I know you hate going on camera, but you know so much about wrestling and him, and you were with me when we did Objectified.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when we did the Objectified with Hulk, I remember we were in St.
It was Neuroland.
We were in, Fort, not Lauderdale. No.
Fort Myers?
Clearwater, actually.
Clearwater.
We were in Clearwater. I remember I got a call from Hulk the night before. We were all at the dinner, he called me, and I see him calling, and I'm like, shit, is he canceling? I'm like panicked, so I step out, I'm like, hey, Terry, how you doing? And he's like, hey, brother, just want to make sure that you're seeing this sunset right now. And I'm like, yeah, I'm seeing the sunset. He's like, life is good, brother. I'll see you tomorrow. And I was like, all right, thank God. But that's kind of who Terry was. I mean, I know Terry was rife with controversies, and he had, many missteps, which he's, part of the criticism against him is that he hasn't really taken accountability for him. Some say he has, some say he hasn't.
Yeah, he haven't taken accountability for dropping the N-bomb because he's unapologetically racist. Why would we want him to take accountability? He took his racism to the grave. These people don't come and take accountability. Listen, he probably kicked the bucket soon as he found out MAGA fell apart. Soon as he found out Trump was on the Epstein, do the time span. Soon as he found out Trump was on that Epstein list, this man's heart exploded in his chest. Soon as he found out. Too far? Yeah. Look, it is what it is.
Hasn't, but anyone who I think knows Terry knows that he was a good guy who meant well, who cared, and
he was really open with us.
And as far as box office, just wrestling standpoint goes, no one comes close. I mean, I know Hulk, and I know Stone Cold and Rock and Roman Reigns, and like some of those guys are, at these absolutely astronomical levels. Hulk was the guy who broke this open, and we've not seen a box office draw like Hulk. And as far as putting it on the mainstream, going on being a wrestler in the 80s or 90s to make it on Sports Illustrated, it's just absolutely unheard of. So this Hulk was a groundbreaking figure in professional wrestling, and professional wrestling is where it is today.
Man, rest in peace, Malcolm Jamal Warner. Rest in peace to Malcolm Jamal Warner. Rest in power, brother. Ozzy Osbourne, he's in hell. And it is what it is. Hulk Hogan, I know he's our dearly beloved brother, but it was his time. He was part of the sacrifice. We don't know where Hogan at. I don't know. Maybe he's somewhere in MAGA heaven. Maybe he's in dirty MAGA heaven. I don't know. No, none of us knows. He can be like dirty. If dirty MAGA has a ghetto, dirty MAGA heaven has a ghetto, that's probably where he's at.
Because of it.
On his back. So yeah, he's just it's hard to put into words how much of a legendary figure this guy is. But it's a sad day for, and condolences to his family, because that's it seems very sudden. He had just signed a deal with Fox Nation and Eric Bischoff to launch a new wrestling league. They just announced it earlier this week. I mean, he had plans and ventures. I know his restaurant and his beer.
Hey, listen, in case y'all sitting here and all getting all religious and upset, listen, the Bible will tell you that the Most High is going to mock these people's deaths. Hulk Hogan was pushing the New World Order agenda most of his career. He was racist as hell. And he was a fake Christian. That's what we do know. That's what we do know. Most High gonna mock these people. Like, listen, we all gotta face judgment. In case y'all like, well, you gotta have some respect for Hulk Hogan, and he's gone. He not here. He don't care about what we're talking about. You think Hulk Hogan, wherever he at, worried about what Nubreed Global Truth is talking about? No. Just like when I leave this planet, when y'all leave this planet, y'all not gonna care what nobody's talking about down here. You're not gonna care. You're not. I promise you, you're not gonna care. You're gonna be dealing with the afterlife. Nothing on this earth is going to matter.
You know, he was very, very active. So
he was an entrepreneur. He was a movie star. He was a TV star. He was a wrestling star. You don't get 4 hits like that in life, mostly.
The suddenness of this death is really what's catching a lot of people just completely blind.
Yeah, well, I wasn't completely blindsided. I knew it was another celebrity death coming, and it came. This was a blood sacrifice. So was Malcolm Jamal Warner, and so was Ozzy Osbourne. Hey, look, ladies and gentlemen, y'all have a blessed one. More material coming. Make sure you turn the post notification bell on. Get these videos, get these streams as they're being uploaded. You know, it is definitely sacrifice season. Would it cost a man to gain the world and lose their soul? People will have the whole world in front of them, and they think they're untouchable. He was just about to launch a whole nother wrestling league, but death came to collect. Death was promised to all of us. We got to live life every day to the fullest, doing what we got to do to make sure our family is straight. Putting something aside for our family to be straight is the whole goal. Other than that, man, thank each and every one of y'all. Y'all be blessed out here. More material coming. Shalom. Peace.